Welcome to our first little explainer video for Noiland Consulting. My colleague Başak and myself, we thought that our company's value proposition of behavioral data science is a little vague to many people, and we wanted to use this opportunity to explain what we actually do. So we wanted to speak about behavioral data science. I'm a behavioral scientist, a behavioral economist by training. Başak is a data scientist by training, so we split it up and we wanted to talk about behavioral science, data science, and why it belongs together.
Thanks, Andreas. Hey there, this is Başak.
So let's start with behavioral science. What is behavioral science? Behavioral science is an interdisciplinary field of behavioral economics, psychology, sociology, neuroscience, and related fields that try to understand the real human behavior. Not how humans should behave, but how humans actually behave. It was born from the understanding that people do not behave in the way that, let's say, economists would model them. So we did a lot of modeling in microeconomics and in the field that we call game theory, where we really try to understand how people should behave from a rational choice perspective. And then we took these games into laboratories and we tried it out. And the problem is people do not behave the way they should behave. As Richard Thaler, who won the Nobel Prize for behavioral economics about 3 years ago, was coining it as rational choice theorists, we thought that people should be as smart as Einstein and as resourceful as Big Blue and should have the stamina of Gandhi to do all the things that we ascribe to them. And this is not happening. So what we learned as behavioral scientists is that people have biases. People have decision heuristics, they take shortcuts, they're not doing this super rational modeling. And if you go online and you look for behavioral biases, you find something like 200 different biases that behavioral scientists have documented and have tested in different countries, different setups. They're very stable. They're not just random noise. They are stable biases that people have. And as behavioral scientists, we learn how to overcome these biases, or sometimes also how we use them to drive change for good. Now, when we do this, we talk about we're designing an intervention, a nudge. You probably have heard about nudging theory. And in the core of what Noiland is doing is really to design these nudges to help you, your citizens, your organization to drive positive change. Now, why did we start to do behavioral data science? Is that we think that we are now at a point where we can do even better. Instead of saying, okay, people have biases and they all have a certain hyperbolic discounting bias that we have seen in the labs, we know that people that are different have different biases. And this differs by culture, by age, by organizational setup, a lot of things. Now, fortunately, we are now in a position to use data to tailor our approaches and use data also to measure and test very, very effectively. And that's why we thought we bring data science into behavioral science, and I'm very happy to have Başak cover the data science part of our business.
So, data science. I think most of us are familiar with the concept nowadays. It's been in hype for a long time. How I see data science in most simple terms is it is the study of data. Using computer science, using complex algorithms, we take multidimensional data and we generate insights out of the data. I think one important point, differentiator of data science compared to business intelligence and the historical data analysis that we do is it is not just about yesterday. It's not just about looking at history and then try to infer what's going to come next. It is learning from history. That's why we have machine learning now. Taking that data, multidimensional data, understand what are the root causes are, and then predict what is coming up next. So this is very powerful. It helps organizations answer really important questions and then make important decisions. So for example, any organization can take historical data or real-time data, study it, understand consumers' behavior, and then predict what that individual is going to do next or buy next. This is really powerful. So why do we need behavioral data science? I think that's a very good question. And the point we need behavioral data science is about the actions. So what data science does, it takes data and then works on the data. But data is about facts. It's about history. It's about the good and bad decisions that everyone made in the history. What behavioral science brings to the table is understanding what is the underlying cognitive biases in human decisions so that the right actions can be taken. So it brings in this right human component into the picture. So this is why, as Noiland, we believe in behavioral data science. In all of our projects, we use those two sciences together in composition, depending on the business problem or the availability of data.
We think that it's time to use both the human side and the data side, bring them together and drive positive change, be it in your organization for the new normal after dealing with COVID and going beyond, if it's for your citizens to save water, save energy, or if it's for your customers to have a loyalty program out of being relevant for your customers. Behavioral data science can help you, and we look forward to talking to you about your particular question and how Noiland can help you to solve it. Thanks a lot for being around, and stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Thank you.